Hey there, garden friends, and welcome back to my channel, Our Country-ish Acre. If you're new here, my name is Rachel, and I'm a gardener that lives in Western Pennsylvania. It is going to be, I think, up mid to low 70s today, which is kind of unheard of for us here at the end of March, but I'm going to be enjoying every minute of the beautiful weather we're having today because we are supposed to have some thunderstorms later on. So today I am going to be just kind of piddling around in the garden. I'm not really jumping into garden cleanup yet because we are supposed to still have some cold nights and I don't want to disturb any of the like beneficial insects that might still be hibernating. So I'm holding off on doing a lot of garden cleanup for a couple more weeks. I'm not pruning anything today just because we are getting a thunderstorm and it is going to be cold. So I probably will get to pruning my roses early April and then pruning all of my panicle hydrangeas around that time as well. I try not to rush doing those too early in the spring, even though I want to get them done. I also want to make sure that I'm doing it timely for those plants so that way they can give them the best chance. They're not pushing out a lot of new growth only to have it get nipped by some frost. So still holding off on that, but today we're going to be just kind of cleaning out my bird baths. I am working on a new garden today as well, so I'll show you a little bit about where that's at, but just in general, it's going to be a nice day to be outside, so come with me and we'll get to it. So I am going to start by cleaning my bird baths today and getting them ready for the season. I was recently gifted by the kind folks at Melbury some copper water discs to try out for my bird baths, and the purpose of these is to hopefully cut down on a lot of the algae growth that happens, so you have to clean them less frequently than you would otherwise. So I'm really excited to try them out and see if they work like I'm hoping they will. So I got three, one for each of the bird baths I got, and they came in this nice little envelope, and there was like a cute little picture and a care card, and then the actual disc itself. It's really pretty, shiny. It's obviously copper. Really like copper. It did come with some protective film that I have peeled off, but we are going to clean out the bird bath that I have right here, and then we're going to put this in, and I'll probably do an update in a couple weeks just to see how it's looking. When it comes to cleaning bird baths, I use a solution of 1 part white, just regular white vinegar, to 9 parts water. Just you want it diluted like that, and then I use a nice good scrub brush just to really get in there and get all the gunk lifted off. My bird baths do tend to get pretty gunky, and I do have to keep on top of cleaning them, so I'm really hoping that those copper discs do exactly what they say they will, and that they will cut down on me having to clean them very, very frequently. So let's get to cleaning this bath. All right, bird bath 1 is clean. The disc is in there. The most important part when installing the disc is to make sure that it is completely touching water, otherwise it won't work. So I really made sure that it was submerged and that there is enough water in there to cover it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really optimistic about it because the discs themselves did have really good reviews from other people. So hoping that they work for me. It was really generous of them to send out the discs for me to try. So I'm really excited about that, and I'll update you there. I'm going to go take care of my other 2 bird baths, and then we'll meet down in the new garden that I am working on, and I can kind of show you how that's already taking shape. So let's get to it. So I'm down here in the lower part of my yard where the new garden that I'm going to be working on this year is coming along. Yesterday, I had my husband help me with this cattle panel arch, and this is just going to kind of be a nice little frame way. Eventually, we're going to do a little woodland garden back under these trees right here. So that'll be a nice little way to just kind of introduce that area. And I do have a David Austin Strawberry Hill Rose. It's a climbing rose that is going to be coming in the mail, and that I'm going to plant to grow up over that arch. So I think that's going to look really beautiful. And then just over here on this side of the bed, I do have a Eastern Redbud. It is a pink pom pom variety. I have that planted. It's pretty small for what it is, but redbuds grow pretty quickly, so I'm not too worried about him filling out the space soon. So we'll just have to, let him do his thing. I did notice that he's leaning a little bit, so I do have some twine and a stake, and I'm gonna fix him in just a minute. But um, let's get a little closer and I'll show you. So this is the bed from the house looking out at it, just kind of that angle. So it is a little bit of a kidney bean shape. Over there, like I had mentioned, is the pink pom pom redbud, and then here will be the Strawberry Hill climbing rose. And then I am going to put um, little stepping stones to go through there just as a little pathway, and it kind of mirrors this garden right here that has a little pathway as well. So it'd be very similar to that. And then as far as bigger shrubs in this area, I haven't quite decided. I do know that I need something kind of here to fill up this big space. I'm almost thinking I might transplant. I have a strawberry Sundae hydrangea that is very similar to, this is I think it's a vanilla strawberry is what it's called, hydrangea. And it's just a smaller stature shrub comparatively. So I'm thinking I might transplant that and put it there, and then it'll kind of mirror it, but not be identical. But if you have any ideas on what might look pretty there, put them in the comments below. I was also thinking maybe a snowberry or a coral berry. Those are really pretty. I find myself drawn to those. They're both native. Beauty berry is another one that I considered, also native. So put in the comments below what you would put there and what you think might be pretty. And then as far as other flowers that are going to go in here, I'm just planning on planting it up with a lot of my tried and true favorites, which are like lavenders, peonies, bearded iris, lamb's ear, just things that I already have around my garden, and I kind of want to make it all look very similar, not identical, so more like sisters than twins, but we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of lamb's ear that I need to transplant anyway, so it might just find a spot in here. And then as far as that, I'll also put annuals, like some petunias, cosmos, zinnias, all that. I'll tuck in here until I get a better idea on what I'm gonna do. So as I mentioned, I have my redbud here, and he's leaning a little bit like that, and all I want to do is just kind of encourage him to grow up straight instead. So what I'm going to do is take a garden stake and just put it relatively close, and I'm going to pound it in the direction that I need to pull him. So I'm going to put it this way. All right. And then next I have a spare piece of cardboard that I'm going to wrap around the tree just to give it some protection. This is just soft twine, so it's really not going to hurt the tree at all, but this cardboard will just give it a little bit more cushion. And then I will take my twine and have it kind of pull the tree. So let's go do that. So there you have it. This will just help the tree grow nice and straight. It won't lean that way anymore. It'll kind of grow this way. And as it gets bigger and sturdier, eventually I can pull this off and then it'll just be kind of where it's at and it won't lean anymore. So that's the solution for this. This is not unique to redbuds. If you have any tree that's leaning a certain way, you can kind of stake it and manipulate it while it's young and malleable, and then as it grows up it will kind of strengthen up. So we'll keep an eye on this. And then, as I mentioned, if you have any ideas or plants that you think would be great to see in this new garden bed, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. I'm gonna go just putter around in the garden a little bit more today. As you can see, there's some beautiful sunshine out, so I am going to enjoy that, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, friends.